Jumbo. Okay, so hi guys. So today we're gonna do something different.
Yeah, today, as you noticed, there are no kids, and today it'll just be a video about us two. And if you read the title, it's about
how we met.
So we're gonna take it back to how we initially planned this YouTube channel to be. If you look at our first video, it says that we wanted to share our love. So we're gonna do that and take it way back to how when we first met.
Which was like 9 years
ago.
2010.
Yeah. She was 21 and
no. Oh yeah, I was 21. I just turned 21.
And I was 22. We're older now, so...
I'm 30.
Yeah, and I'm 31.
Like 40.
And it's been a while since we spoke about this video. We haven't really rehearsed anything. Rehearse it. Talk about it.
Okay, rehearse.
So we're gonna go from what
we're gonna try to remember as much as we can
from the top of our head, and then yes.
Okay, so we met 9 years ago, October 2010.
Wait, okay, so a little backstory. Casey and I are actually known to be a bit of drinkers. Like, we're able to put down a good beer shot or two. So, big surprise. Where did we meet?
Oh, a bar.
At a bar.
Yes.
We met at a bar.
At a bowling alley / bar.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So how that happened was we had a mutual friend that she actually went to school with. And
no, I didn't go to school with her. Oh, different.
She had a friend that she went to school with. See, we haven't talked about this.
I think there was someone else.
I know, you're talking about the birthday girl, right? Yeah. So she went to school with this mutual friend of ours, and I was just friends with her, and she asked me one day, she was just like, hey, do you want to go to this girl's birthday party? It's at blah 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 bar. And I was like, sure. And sure enough.
And then that mutual friend introduced us.
Yeah. So the funny thing is that we
have a lot of, you're gonna say we have a lot of mutual friends?
A lot of mutual friends, but we've never met each other, ever. And I haven't even heard of her.
And you know, Asians usually know each other. I have heard of her.
She did.
I just never met her.
Well, yeah, no, we literally had the same guy friends. We had some same girlfriends. Like, it's so weird. But we just literally, I feel like this is what we believe, is that everything happens for a reason, and everything that we went through, which we'll go through, happens, and we were meant to meet each other
at this time.
That time. Everything that we went through, everything that we've experienced was because we should have met at that time. So we go to the bar, and our friend introduces us, and I remember exactly what she's wearing. She was wearing some bell bottoms, some camo slippers.
That was the end thing back in the day.
Superman shirt, big hoops, and just so much blush. Like, I was just like, just blinded.
That's what attracted to her.
What was that wearing?
I forgot the brand. The sweater, hoodie, black hoodie.
I was wearing a wee.
I was gonna say West. The wee hoodie. Red shoes. Red Nike.
I was wearing red blazers.
Edge pants.
And pants, yes.
And then
I remember what I was wearing this day because this is when I met her.
Yeah.
But so from there, I don't know. It's just.
She was trying to say that it was love at first sight for her.
No, it's not. But it was just weird. Like, you just get like a weird feeling.
Yeah.
But I knew she was straight, and I wasn't gonna give her like the time of day to think that I was like, oh yeah, like I'm a gay girl, like I like all gay girls, like no.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that I knew she was gay.
So she's never met me, but she happened to know that I was gay. And so she told me like later on that she kind of like played a game with herself saying like, oh, she wanted to know if I would like her.
Yeah, with myself, and then I lost because I ended up liking her, and now we're married with twins.
Anyways, so we met that night, and then it just so happened that she needed a ride back home, and so our friend offered to drive her, and she ended up eating with us at a burger place. I think it was In-N-Out.
Yeah, In-N-Out.
Yeah. So first thing I noticed, Casey, she eats very ugly.
She liked how I ate.
It's like literally the messiest thing. Like her burger was just falling, and I told her, I was like, dude, you eat so
no,
messy.
she was like, why do you eat like that?
Yeah, so I was like, why do you eat like that? That's what I remember. And
then I don't remember what my response was. I think I was like, what?
Yeah. Okay, so from there, I just, like, I wasn't thinking that I liked her already, but I just kind of just
I think we both had a weird feeling.
Yeah, like I was just like,
But I still during that time I still wasn't sure what it was.
Oh yeah, it was way early to tell.
Yeah.
And I
just knew that it felt
I
weird.
wasn't like letting her be like, oh yeah, like I'm gay, I like you. No.
Yeah.
Well, and so after that night we met at Tavern, we hung out again because
I think it was just because.
I think you went to PB.
Mhm.
Yeah. So she invited us out.
No, but you were supposed to go somewhere else.
Yeah. She invited us out because she was going out.
I just turned
a lot.
21.
She just turned 21. And then of course I said no at first.
She said no because she was going somewhere already or something.
So we actually went to that place, but we ended up
going where I was.
Going to where she was, and then what happened?
I think we just had a ground all the time.
I think we sent her home. We probably ate at Denny's or something. But the point is that
I think this was like a week
these
after.
these are times when we actually like met again. And then
after that, that was it because she had to go to the Philippines.
Oh yeah, so we were talking, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be going to the Philippines for a month, blah blah blah. And then she was like, oh okay, blah blah blah. So I go to the Philippines for literally 1 month. And we don't talk in between there. And then
during this time I wasn't actually talking to anyone. I think I was just getting to know people.
Yeah, you know, when I met her, I was actually talking
to two girls.
talking to people. and then it was literally when I met her, and like both of those were done. Like I wasn't talking to anyone. I was just pretty much like, I just like, you know, I was alone. And so, okay, anyways, I go to the Philippines, we don't talk, and then I come back, and then I see that she posted on Facebook. And then I just commented like,
I don't remember why she commented this.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe because
I don't honestly. I don't know.
She said you owe me a burger.
Yeah, but it was kind of like an inside joke type thing when we went to In-N-Out, and I kind of just said it.
Oh, maybe you paid for my burger.
Oh, maybe.
Because why else would you say?
I don't know. I completely.
Oh, maybe because you guys drove me.
Maybe, yeah. But I didn't drive.
And then I commented back. I don't remember when I commented back. I should look back at that.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. I don't remember when I commented back.
And then this is just me, like.
So this was. So we met end of October 2010. She went to Philippines. November, the whole month.
And this is December.
Okay.
So this is December, and then I commented this, and this is my kind of way of, I guess, flirting.
Mm-hmm. She was flirting.
And then I don't know if she responded back, but nothing happened after that. And then a few days go by, and then our mutual friend again asks, hey,
wanted to hang out.
Do you want to go out to the bar? And then I was literally like in bed in pajamas, and I was like, oh, like who's going? And then she mentioned her name, and I was like, sure. So we go out, and then I drive them, and then we get to where we park. And then I remember her saying, she's like, oh, my abs hurt.
No, I didn't say that.
She
always thinks I said that.
That's what I remember.
I would never say that. I said,
I remember
I'm sore.
I remember her insinuating something.
No, I probably said, I'm so sore.
Along the lines of, I worked out. Because I remember she was like, oh, my abs hurt.
No, I didn't say that. I would never say that. I said, I'm so sore. I probably said, I'm so sore.
She also has pregnancy brain, so I don't know how much
I would never say my abs. I didn't even have abs.
Anyways, so she said that, and if you take it like 10 years ago, like honestly, working out was not a thing. It was like so rare. My only workout running partner moved to SF, and so when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, I literally responded to her. I was like, you work out? And then, so it went along the lines of like, oh, like you work out, let's work out one time. Da-da-da-da. We said one time. So the next day happens, and she texts me, she was like, hey, let's work out. And I was like, no. I was so hungover.
I think it was like 7 a.m.
She literally texted me, she was like, hey, let's work out. Like we said we would work out, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, are you serious? And she was very persistent, and I was just like, oh my God, no. I said, no. And then she was just like, she even offered to pick me up. So, mind you, she lives here, point A, the gym is here, and I live over there. So she had to drive all the way there, then come back here to go to the gym. But still, she offered to pick me up, and I was like, she's gonna drive me, well then I guess so. And so she picks me up in her dad's yellow Corvette.
It was mine during that time.
And then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, Corvette, like whatever. I didn't even say anything. I just acted like it was a regular car.
Thought she was too cool.
No, it's a regular car. Like, what am I gonna be like? Oh, whoa, Corvette. And then we go to the gym, and during that time, all I did was run. So, like, I was like, oh yeah, let's go on the treadmill. But I haven't ran in a while because I just came from the Philippines, so literally I took like a month break. Like, it was just hard to run there. And so when we went on the treadmill, like, God, it was so embarrassing. Like, I couldn't run. Like, my
shoot, it was like
it
was like 5 minutes.
No, it was like 10. Come on now. It was like 10 minutes, and I was having such a hard time.
She was huffing and puffing.
I was so embarrassed. I was just like, oh God, I just said I was a runner, and then anyways, we get off, and then we go our separate ways.
So we get off, and I thought, you know, when we're supposed to work out together, we're supposed to actually work out together and not go to the gym together. And then we got off the treadmill. I thought she was behind me, but she went to the other side of the gym. So I was like, oh, I guess we're just not working out together.
She didn't specify what we were doing there. I did not lift weights for the life of me. So I didn't know what was going on. I would do one bicep curl here, do one leg thing here.
So I was like, oh, okay, I guess.
And then she was over in the corner with gloves on doing her abs and stuff. And I was like, whoa, like, workout girl over here. And then, anyways, maybe I was intimidated, but I didn't work out with her. Like, we just went there.
Yeah, literally, we were there for like an hour, and we didn't work out at all together. We did, right?
No,
we did.
We did.
And then basically we ate after.
Yeah, we ate after.
And I think from then on.
I think after that, literally for the next 2 weeks, we went out drinking every night.
I think that was just, not that we necessarily wanted to drink. I think it was just a way of hanging out, because during that time you just turned 21. I just turned 21.
At that time, I didn't know what was going on, and I wasn't letting her know how I felt. Like, I wasn't like.
It was just an excuse to hang out, I guess.
But all I knew was that I kind of like just wanted her around.
Yeah. Because I felt like, I think it would have been weird if we're like, let's just hang out. But
like, yeah, the conversation was so easy. Like, we would always just laugh the entire time. And so, like, I was just like, oh, I I want to be around her. Like, there was even one time I told her, I was like, oh, I have to go home and clean the fridge. And
I was like, what the hell? I don't know what cleaning the fridge meant.
She didn't.
So I was like, I was so confused. I thought it was just an excuse. But then
after she went home, yeah, and then she was just watching me.
I was like, oh, she literally is cleaning the fridge. I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah. So January came by. Okay, so pretty much we would just hang out, and then this is without our mutual friend now. It was just us two. Like, we just liked each other's company, and it was just kind of like,
fine, we're still friends during this time.
Yeah, the entire time
we just liking out. I think we both kept our feelings to ourselves.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I was reserved. I wasn't like showing her anything, but obviously, like,
we just always hung out.
Yeah,
we even had nap time and we were friends.
Yeah, she would sleep over, and it would just be like nothing. Well, I mean, I had girlfriends that would sleep over, so it wasn't anything to me per se. But I mean, even if you just like I would feel something, and I just never said anything. We kind of just went along as friends. Okay. Anyway, January comes along.
So this is January 2011.
And then I had a trip with some of my girlfriends to San Francisco. And then before I left, I pointed out, like, oh, dang, like, we were at Urban Outfitters, and I was like, oh, this floss is cool, blah, 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 blah. Like, I was just showing her, like, what I thought was nice. And then she texts me, I think the day before I left for the airport. She's like, hey, I got you this. And it was exactly like the stuff that I
you were like, you said you liked this flask at Urban Outfitters. And then I gave you something else. I don't freaking remember what else.
I remember it was 2 flasks and something. I don't know.
You were just like, oh, this is something like I could just like bring this to the airport, but you never bought it.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, the point is she bought it for me, and then I was like,
hey,
oh.
No, I texted you. I remember I texted you the picture. I was like, hey, now you can bring this to the airport.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god. I was like,
this is like 2 hours later, because she would text like.
I was like, whoa.
2 hours later, her texts were so slow and long.
Well, anyways, I was just like, huh. I was like, she bought me stuff? I was like, so weird. And then so when I went home that night, I actually made her like 2 CDs because literally everything she played in her car was just like Drake. It was just everything Drake. So, but I would notice, like, when I would play some songs in my car, she'd be like, oh, I like that song. So I literally remembered all the songs that she said I liked, and I made it into a compilation that she liked, and I made it into a CD. And then during this time, like, I was like super into orange juice, and she kind of liked it too, because I would buy it all the time. And then I bought her
like fresh orange juice.
Yeah, I bought her a juicer.
She bought me a juice too.
I didn't buy her the juice.
I'm just kidding. It was a
$20 juicer. Well, anyways, like, I got her something because I was so surprised. And then, I don't know, but she offered to drive me to the airport that morning, which was at like 6 a.m.
She got the earliest flight, so
5 or 6
you have to get
a.m.
to the airport like 2 hours earlier than your flight is.
Yes. She offered to drop me, and she also...
But I remember during the night before, I was like so excited that I couldn't even sleep.
Yeah.
I think I slept for like an hour.
And then she also bought my favorite food, which was like bean burrito at that time.
She ate bean and cheese burritos like all the time.
So she bought that. So like we're just getting like we're still friends, but we're still
friends, but
we're just doing stuff for each other now,
which is weird.
And then I would notice that I would always text her. She's the first person I texted in the morning, and then the last person I texted at night, and we just still kept it like
we're still friends,
and we just kept it like a mystery. It was kind of fun, just kind of like be like, oh, okay. But when I went up to San Francisco with my girlfriend, there was a night we came home and we were just super drunk, and then they were calling their boyfriends, and then I was just like, and then I just randomly called her. And then I think she was having a party at that time.
I think it was like it was me that was having a party.
Yeah, I think she was like having like a kickback or like
at my parents' house.
But then she answered it, and then we just talked, and she didn't say like, "Oh, why are you calling me?" or anything. She
I was
just,
upstairs.
Yeah.
While everyone was downstairs, I think.
she just went with it, and then we talked on the phone the entire night.
And
And
we fell asleep on the phone.
yeah, it wasn't weird. And then
This was probably towards the end of the kickback because how would I fall asleep on the phone? I don't know. Yeah.
well, anyways, I called her again the next night, and the same thing happened. And this is the first time we talked on the phone. And
then I picked you up, right?
yes. So I come back from San Francisco, and
This is January 2011.
yeah, so I'm getting kind of like, a hunch that I was like, I think this girl likes me.
Yeah. She was getting a hunch.
Yeah.
I think I was too.
But during this time, like, so this is when I'm like, oh dang, I was like, she might actually like me. So
It was February.
No. I remember telling my mom, and my mom knew of her because Casey would actually come run with us. Like, I would run with my mom every morning at like 7 a.m.
And I would just come along.
And then she'd come along, and my mom was like, who's this girl?
Mind you, I don't run. I didn't run during that time.
Yeah, but she's, we literally just wanted to spend like,
Yeah.
whatever we were doing, like just spend time with each other. Anyways, I went up to my mom and I was like, Mom, I think this girl likes me. And then she was all, huh? She was like, you think every girl likes you? And then I was like, damn. I was like, okay. I was like, maybe she doesn't. And then during this time too, she told me that she actually like confided in her best friend / cousin. And what did you say?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was getting mixed up at the times. So I was starting it was starting to really get serious, at least in our heads by ourselves. Because like you said, we never discussed it. So I called my cousin, and he's gay, which is he's also one of my best friends. And then I remember I was driving around because I was just thinking, because I had no one else to talk to. And then I called him, and I had told him, I think, have you met him during this time?
Mm-mm.
I had told him that I liked, or I think I had, or no, I didn't.
Mm-mm.
So I told him that I felt like I had feelings for a girl, and I thought he would, I just didn't expect his response. And his response was, so he was basically saying like, Case, you're just such a nice person. You just care about people. So he was like, basically he was trying to say that I'm just nice, and I think he was saying I was getting mixed up on actual feelings versus me being, I guess, nice and friendly.
Mm-hmm.
But then he was like, okay, if you still feel the same way in a couple of days, give me a call. Sure enough, I gave him a call, and I told him, and then, yeah. It was just a big deal because I've never felt like that for a girl before. But like I said, I remember I was contemplating whether I should,
she had kind of like a pivotal moment where she was like, she decided at this point, like, should she like continue and find out what she's.
Oh, okay. Well, I would for sure knew I had feelings. I think I was more in denial because it was a girl. For sure, if it was a guy, I wouldn't know 100%. And it was either I continue with this, and I believe this had to have been before I called him. It's either like I, go with what I was feeling, or just completely ignore it because no one knew about it. So, no one, I guess I just felt like no one would judge me. And it's just a phase that I went through.
Well, anyways, so we met in October. I was in the Philippines in November. We hung out December, January, and then February comes around, and then it's my cousin's birthday.
February 4th.
February 4th, and then we were going out, and then I don't know what happened, but this was just the day that we actually admitted that we liked each other. Mm-hmm. Like, we actually said the words.
I don't know what triggered it.
Like, we actually said the words, I like you. So, God, everything was just going out and drinking.
I think, and from then on, February 4th.
Wait. So this day, we got so drunk, and then I actually slept over.
I still live at my parents' house.
Yeah. And then this is when
Our first kiss.
First kiss, yeah. So literally all I remembered was we were in her bed and we were like just we were facing each other and we were just laying super close, and then it was just like super intense, and then we finally kissed, and it was like the most like electrifying feeling.
Yeah, it's so electrifying. She fell asleep.
And then I fell asleep.
So no, not only did she fall asleep, she was snoring right after.
I just remember it being like so like exciting.
And then she literally knocked out right after.
But the next day, we didn't actually talk about it. We just kind of just went out with our day, and then she dropped me home, and I was like, oh my god, like what are we gonna do now? I was like, what's gonna happen? And then good thing she's just the move maker, because before I left, she gave me a kiss first, and I was like, oh gosh, woo!
It's because I lost my phone.
I was like, got that out of the way. She kissed me first, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess this thing is real. So, yeah. And then, so that day, February 4th, I was like, damn. I was like, I had 10 days. I wanted to make her like my girlfriend. I was like, I wanted her to be my Valentine. And so, those 10 days come around, nothing. I didn't do anything on Valentine's Day. And because I didn't want it to be cliche, like I didn't want our date to be like, oh, Valentine's and we all celebrated the same day. And so I actually didn't plan anything till the 15th. And it was just super random. Like when I decide something, like I kind of just like I'm super focused on it, and I just decide on it that day and I do it. So it was kind of random. I didn't expect to be like, oh, 15th, yeah, let me ask her out. But I was just like, in my head, I was just like, oh, I want to make her my girlfriend. Like we weren't together, and I was just like, so I wrote this whole letter, and then I bought some food that she liked at this Mediterranean place. And then I got her, like I had a pebble that I've been keeping for a while because she was super into this movie Good Luck Chuck, and then you know how penguins like give stones to the people they love or whoever they want to be with. So anyways, I got her like a stone, and it literally looked like the shape of a heart. And then I think she threw it away. Now she doesn't have it.
I don't know where it is.
Well, anyways, I gathered all of that, and then I just kind of went in the area of Chilvis, and I was just like, hey, what are you doing? And then she was like, I'm at home. And I was like, cool. I was like, I'm gonna pick you up right now. And she's like, no.
I was like, no, I'm scrubby. And it's not even like a cute scrubby. It's like, I'm scrubby, I haven't showered.
And I was like, I don't
brush
care.
my teeth.
Oh my god.
I was like in ugly pajamas.
Oh my god, here's one thing. Like you know you like someone if anything they do doesn't annoy you. Like literally, like doesn't annoy you, because like no matter what she did or like what I thought I liked, like she was just like the opposite, but like it never annoyed me. Like she just, like I just liked it. Like I don't know. Okay, so anyway, so like I picked her up. She was literally in sweatpants. I did not care, and this was just honest. Like
it was ugly.
Like I didn't care. So I picked her up, took her to the closest park near her house, which was down the street.
Okay, during this time, I honestly didn't know I didn't even know what she was doing. To be honest, like I didn't have any like ideas. I didn't even know she was gonna ask me out. Like nothing, like at all. I didn't know where she was taking me looking like that.
She was in sweatpants, literally. These are like baggy jeans, sweatpants.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I took her to the park. I like laid out a mat, and I took out this like duffel bag, and then I took out all the food, and then I gave her the letter, and then I actually asked her out to be my girlfriend.
It was like this long letter she wrote, and I remember during that time I was like, oh shit, it's actually for real.
Yeah, and this is
I think I was only hesitating, not because I wasn't sure how I felt, was because I was like, oh shit, like this is, if I say yes,
she has to commit to it.
I have to commit to it, not because I didn't want to, but that means I wouldn't keep it a secret. I would have to tell everyone.
This was a big deal for us, because literally before her, the last time we had a girlfriend was like 2 years ago, and then the last time she actually dated a guy, well, she was with a guy was
like bajillion years ago.
that was really how many-
No, she was like, I was like 15. Okay, so I really was 15.
Oh my god. Ow! Shit.
Okay,
Hey,
okay, so that was like my last official
Boyfriend.
Yeah,
And she
but
dated
then
guys.
I dated guy. It just was never, not, I wouldn't say serious, but it was never official. Like it was just always like, like off and on. Like I never actually officially, like I just was never sure. I didn't want to fully commit to someone that was not 100% for.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because we had the same ideals. Like I never wanted to commit to anyone unless I was like 100% sure that she could potentially be my girlfriend, and then just 100% potentially be, you know, my wife or something. And it's just with Casey, it was just so easy. Like to talk to her, like it just was no effort. Like the chemistry was just there from the get-go. Like like we made each other laugh. It wasn't science. Like we just wanted to be around each other. And I mean, and yeah.
So I said yes, obviously. But like I said, that's the only reason why I hesitated. So yeah, and we have been together since February 15, 2011.
Well, anyways, that's how we met. But the whole point of this video is that I was, a little background is I was gay from the beginning since I was younger. And I just knew that I was always attracted to girls. But from Casey's standpoint, she was...
I was the total opposite. I've never felt like this for a girl ever. Actually, I don't like, so I've never felt like, I mean, I would think girls are pretty, but never in that sense. Like I would never check out a girl.
She told me, she was like, yeah, I wanted to be them, not be with them. I was like, okay.
And I'm being completely honest. I think I realize a lot about myself because now, like ever since I fell for her, I just realized that like love really has no labels. You're like,
yeah. Well, anyways, I mean,
I knew because okay, it sounds corny, but I remember during that, like in the beginning, I wouldn't really see a girl. It was more I saw her as a person, which is, it's really sounds corny, but it's literally how I felt. I didn't think of her as a girl. I didn't think of her as a boy. It was more like human.
So another point of this video is that we hope to reach an audience, you know, that could possibly relate to us. Because me growing up, which like gay, which was when I found out I was gay, I was like in 8th grade, which was like years ago. There was no one that could relate to how I was feeling. So in my group of girlfriends, there was no one I could turn to because none of them were gay or out, and then I couldn't even turn to my family. So I was kind of secluded and alone in how I felt, and I would kind of just write in a diary and I was to myself. And you know, when anyone feels like this, they should never keep it to themselves.
Yeah.
Like it's
It
the
just
worst
sucks that you
feeling.
feel like-
And so the only outlet I had during this time was this show called L Word, and it was just like such a big deal. So it was like when I would go to like Blockbuster in the movies, I would like sneak it in when my mom was renting, because that's the only thing that I could be like, oh my god, there's like
someone that can relate to me.
Yeah, someone that's like me. And my point is that no one should ever feel like it's not okay. Like there are people like you, and that yes, it's okay to be this way, and yes, your feelings are valid.
Yeah.
And
I think, okay, go on.
and then also on her part, growing up as straight and then confiding in her cousin who's already gay, and for him to feel like, oh no, you're not this way. I mean, that's just hard to take as well, because
Yeah.
it's like, oh my god, she knows how she's feeling, and she wants to voice it out to someone and just let someone know, and then they're kind of just like,
I just feel like if you're feeling some type of way, and you're not sure, I think you should always tell someone.
Yeah,
I mean, it's easier said than done, but that's what we're trying to do is this is we have different point of views.
Yeah, this is why we're making this video, because we're not just saying LGBT video because we're both gay. Like, we ended up this way because I was gay, and then she actually turned out gay later in her life, and so we just want people,
you know, like I said, love has no gender. I mean,
so it was so hard for me to grow up gay. I was, like I said, I was alone, and so we wanted to use this platform to show others that could possibly relate to us, whether it's because you're gay, whether it's because you're Filipino,
whether it's because you're feeling some type of way with the same sex.
Like, it's okay. Like, we just wanted that to come across, and for you to see someone and be like, oh my God, they're like me, and that's okay. Like, because you might not get that validation from your family or your friends, but if you see this video and you feel like you're okay, then we did our job. Yeah.
I mean, even if we're reaching out to, a few people.
Yeah, no, this is why we made this video.
Yes.
Yeah. So we kind of wanted to do like a little
intro about us,
and then a little series on like the proposal and how we got married, and then the babies. So I hope you guys continue to follow us.
And if you guys want to hear or anything else about us, just let us know.
Just follow, comment down below, like, subscribe, and stalk us on Instagram. We post videos pretty frequently on Instagram. Yeah.
All right. I'll see you guys in the next video.
All right. Bye.